I had an insight this past week, and I realized that all this hard work we're doing, all this change that we are accommodating, all the differences in the way we live life at school, all this hard work that we're doing, it's not something through which we can hold our breath. It's not just a blip in time. This is our school year. It's not going to stop tomorrow. It didn't begin yesterday. This is our school year. This is our normal now. I really want to thank everybody who's been instrumental in helping us to get to this point. The faculty and staff, most particularly, the families, the kids, everybody who's been part of this. They are acclimating to these changes really, really well. It's hard, it requires persistence, but they're acclimating to it really well, and I'm really grateful for all the work that they do and all their conscientiousness. We're working through all the changes, and I think what we're in is an interim normal. Let me tell you what that interim normal looks like at the Steward School. We have done a lot of creative programming for events on campus, including World Peace Day, Convocation, and the JKK Senior Buddy Program. It's been really terrific to be able to continue those programs. The athletic teams, if you haven't been around, you'll know that all the athletic teams from all 3 seasons have been practicing throughout the fall. They had a couple days each week where they could be out in the fields and the courts and get some of that intense time in. We have undertaken a project with James Madison University, and through that work, we spent a lot of time talking about civil discourse, and the outcomes were some of the election programming and also the classroom norms that we have shared with you. The Parents Association is planning an online gala, so we're excited for that. And the Spartan Club is planning to have the Ray Tate Golf Classic in the spring, and I'm confident we'll be able to do that in person. And the last thing I wanted to brag on a little bit is that we were named a Style Weekly Family Favorite. So for all those reasons and many, many more, we could not be any happier or more proud. Because it's an interim normal, we know that our responsibility, our obligation, is to plan for the future, even as we navigate the present. How do we bring parents back to campus? Your students are here, but how do we help you? You're such an important part of this community. How do we resume athletics? Is that possible? And if it is possible, how do we make that happen? How do we promote the experiences for our current students that we believe they deserve? How are we going to do proms? How are we going to do graduations? How are we going to do plays? How are we going to do all those things that are so important to the experience of our current students? And of course, how are we going to introduce new families to the school? How are we going to help them to understand what this school is? How will we help them to understand the excellence, the pride, and the spirit that we all know to be true? So many things coming up, and I'm looking forward to sharing those things with you throughout the year. We're coming up on Thanksgiving as I film this, and I want to remind you to stay Spartan strong. Please make good decisions that promote the overall health and well-being of this community. It's difficult, sacrifices have to be made. I know that we're all up to that challenge. Thank you in advance for helping us with that. And finally, I look forward to continuing to walk this path with you, this interim normal, this newness in our lives. I look forward to continuing to walk this path with you, and I look forward greatly, greatly to the time when we can all be together again out on the Waddell Terrace together. Thank you so much, and happy holidays.